Here's the metric for Bitcoin. The number of exchange deposits, pretty much, I don't know about all-time low, but 2-year low. Right now, no one is depositing Bitcoin to sell. This would be a silly time to do so, right? So obviously we had some up and downs, but right now things are really, really low because no one wants to sell Bitcoin. And why would you when Bitcoin has just broken out on its its current price, right? Like this wedge also is broken out of the RSI trend line, right? So it's breaking out on many things, right? So why would you want to sell now? Doesn't make sense, right? And of course, people are still wondering, even though fear level is less, we're still not at fear level. There's still a lot of people sitting on the sidelines wondering if this is still a bull trap, wondering if the economy is going to get worse and drag things lower, right? But while some people are waiting, sitting on the sidelines, many are buying in, and that is why we are bouncing off of our low of 17K and we're going higher. And according to Stock Money Lizard, the real interesting point will be at this 61.8 Fibonacci level, and that's right around 28,000, 29,000. That's the level I've been telling you guys about, right? That will be the interesting kind of like level. Once we get back there, we're not far off from 30,000, and can we move on from there and build up and possibly hit 40,000 by the end of the year? Quite possibly. I'm looking forward to it. Also, I was curious, just overall, Bitcoin, I haven't checked the liquidations recently, right? You figure with Bitcoin rising up, right, we almost hit 25,000 today. We could hit it in the near future. You got to figure we have a lot of short squeezes, right? We have a lot of short liquidations, and we do, but unfortunately, look at the longs. We have long liquidations too. If you're looking at it, like, how could there be a long liquidation over here, about 84 million, that's within 4 hours, while Bitcoin is going up, right? How is that possible? It's possible because there's people that are using 50 or 100x leverage, so even if Bitcoin goes down like $100, they get liquidated. That's why you see it. We should see like no green while Bitcoin is going up, right? It should be all red, meaning short liquidations. But unfortunately, there's still too many greedy traders. Even on the long side, there's been more greedy traders on the long side than the short side. So unfortunately, we do see a lot of short liquidations, but we're still seeing long liquidations. That's not what we want to see, right? Don't play with leverage. And if you have to play with leverage because you think you're an expert trader, well, don't throw a 125x leverage. Don't throw a 75 leverage, right? Maybe downplay to 5 to 10x, you'll still be fine, right? You don't need to go 125x and then get wrecked while Bitcoin is going up. It doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So just want to show that still too much leverage being thrown out there. But also, this is interesting for Bitcoin. We always talk about, well, at least I talk about growing number of addresses, growing number of holders, growing fundamentals, all that, right? This is pretty new, and this is part of growing fundamental. The network settled $2 trillion. $2 trillion of transactions just in July alone, right? Now, obviously, that was not peak. Peak was $8 trillion back in November. Think about it. We have a distributed network not controlled by any country or company or any single individual or entity that's settling and processing transactions in the trillions, right? What other network out there does this? There's no other network out there that isn't regulated by some entity or bank or a Fed or a country or someone, right? But we have Bitcoin that's doing this already, and this is only the beginning. Imagine when we really get global adoption, that trillion will turn into tens of trillions, hundreds of trillions, right? Per month, it's going to be absolutely enormous. So just throwing that out there. Something that we don't talk about a lot in terms of how much transactions or dollar amounts of settlement, but it's absolutely enormous. So good stuff. the man that's calling the current rally, the current upward movement of Bitcoin, a sucker's rally. Well, a lot of you guys know who Peter Schiff is. If you're in Bitcoin, you should know who Peter Schiff is. So he did another interview. Of course, not pro-Bitcoin. I'm still waiting for him to turn pro-Bitcoin. It will happen, I believe. Now that he doesn't have a bank, now that he doesn't have to worry about his clients who are in his bank because he has no bank anymore, right? There's no reason why he has to be so negative. But to quote, the market is going to plunge. I think people should take advantage of the suckers rally they got right now and get out. A lot of people still have profit in these tokens. People bought Bitcoin 4, 5, 6 years ago. They have big profits. Same doing Ethereum. People should get out because otherwise the market's going to take these profits. Well, the good thing is that he recognized that people that bought Bitcoin 4, 5, 6 years ago, and same thing Ethereum, have big profits. Yet people who bought gold 4, 5, 6 years ago have no profits. So that's interesting. But a couple things. Number one is Peter Schiff makes these kind of predictions all the time. For example, when Bitcoin fell down to below 4,000 in May or March of 2020, he also said, get ready for another 50% drop, claiming that Bitcoin was going to fall into 1,700 or below, right? And that was when Bitcoin went on one of the most terrific runs we have ever seen in history. So obviously, a lot of people utilize his tweets or his calls as a reversal indicator, a bottom indicator, because there's been many, many, many times Peter will warn people to get out, and that's when actually Bitcoin in the market rallies hard. And the reason why I think Bitcoin, and the reason why I said I think Peter Schiff will eventually turn pro-Bitcoin is because he has no bank, because his bank was taken away from him. Euro-Pacific International Bank that he formed in Puerto Rico, it's been taken away. He has to give everything back. So he has no bank anymore. So why not? Why? You know, one of the reasons why you want to get in Bitcoin is so you don't have to worry about this. Confiscation, where the government comes in and just takes your money, in this case, your bank, right? He should be very, very pissed off and turn pro-Bitcoin, right? So I still don't get that. But anyways, just throw that out there. Mr. Peter Schiff, still one of the biggest Bitcoin bears out there. Let's just put it that way. If you're looking to buy Bitcoin and crypto for the first time and you don't know where to get started, head over to CryptosRus.com and click on the best exchange guide. Within, you'll find a list of exchanges that I recommend and some that I use on a daily basis. If you are outside the US, I highly recommend looking at Binance.com first. They are the biggest exchange out there, supported in almost every single country. They have a fantastic fiat on-ramp, off-ramp system. They offer the most trading pairs and the lowest fees in the industry. You could also download a mobile app onto your Android and Apple device very easily. If you are in the US, I recommend taking a look at the sister company of Binance, Binance.us, which offers all of these things and more. So if you want to learn more, head over to CryptosRus.com or utilize the links in the description of this video.